as good, although the number of teachers, the number of schools, and the number of students are adequate. But something is not right in what they are learning and what is happening in this. It's not recorded, it's not documented, it's not spoken about, but it is happening day in and day out. And the focus of this year's CRC, which is a Convention of the Rights of the Child, the focus is ending violence against children. So there's about it, but there are also equally bad things that, not bad, I mean, potential dangers, let me say, of what they should not be, or what impact it could have. We learned about blue whale last year. There were a lot of kids giving up their lives. That was part of the system of getting addicted. So that is a childhood that will change. But the child rights will remain the same now, yesterday, and the coming 2 years. Moving us with be it individuals, institutions, agencies, and stakeholders like you people represented here to support for those rights of children and to elevate their voices so that they get to participate in affairs that affect their lives. So, end of this month, I was just telling some people, UNICEF is hosting a South Asia regional conference on youth skills and solutions. It is not that we've forgotten children, because unless you strengthen children, they're non-negotiable. But when we do a youth forum, we are looking at what skills do the youth have and what is the market offering them as solutions. So this marketplace, this forum will look at a mix and match of, do I have the necessary skills to get employability, and as a solution provider, be it a bank, be it a beauty parlor, be it a skill center, be it a data entry operator, does it have the capacity to absorb me for what I have in me? So that is the kind of dialogue that is happening, that is going to happen, where we will get not only youth from this state and this country, but from 7 other countries in this region, 8. That is India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Nepal, Maldives, Bhutan, and one more. Nepal.
Myanmar.
No, Myanmar is not part of this region, South Asia. So these are the 8 countries from where the youth, you do it with your own children at home. Then why would we have separate standards for those children as different from our children? So for every child, a childhood, and for every child, a fair start in life means the foundation is what we want to be very strong so that they will grow up to be productive citizens. If I am here where I am and I'm speaking to you, it's because my foundations were strong. My parents gave it to me, and all of us, for that matter, in this room, are here because of our parents' investment in us. We need to do that for the next generation. Moving on. So this is our executive director who is coming in October to Mumbai. I told you for the Youth Skills Forum. Her name, she's the chief of UNICEF globally in New York. Her name is Henrietta Fore. And she looks at these 8 things that every child is going to miss, but is an agenda for children. So she has brought out this thought leadership of 8.1. You need to work with children in those communities to see, let them define what is safe. And they said, playground is not safe. For a town planner, a playground is always safe because that is the open space. But for the children from that community, they said, if boys are always having drugs, if they are continuously smoking, they start pleasing, then for us girls, we cannot play there. So the playground was not safe. The big tunnels that you see which are left for the construction, only that was safe because nobody could see them when they are inside. So this is from a child's perspective. Whereas from an adult perspective, a safety would mean tall building, security guard, and that. But for a child, it's very different. And then they say home is not safe. Why? Because always the father and mother are fighting with each other, either because of drinking and whatever. But the child says home is not safe. So then it becomes imperative on all of us. If children have defined this is what we call safe, we have to provide those facilities to ensure that what they consider safe is actually available to them. And these children with whom we work actually work with the ward officers and the policemen, ensure street lighting, got the unsafe places to become safe. Today it is no more unsafe. This was because children were involved in decision making. So this is our collective responsibility. Second, how that it can take place anywhere in homes. Mainly the perpetrators of violence are case prevention. Rather than start treating the child after the violence, how do you prevent it in the first place? Right? And therefore we need personal safety. Like she is talking about good touch and bad touch, I think that is the first step for prevention. And hence we find that there is a lot of sin there. And in all this, how do we ensure the value of girls is never ever forgotten? Because girls are more vulnerable than boys in this. Right? So next please. Can we move this slide?
They've been holding placards and they've been asking us to give them something which will give them our ears and our mind space. I have 2 children here with me today. Let's put our action where our intent is and let's give them our complete attention. I'm very happy to introduce you to first Aman. Should we go with Aman first? Aman, come on please. Please feel comfortable. English, Hindi, Marathi, any language.
Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Aman. My father name is Rajendra Gupta. My mother name is Sunita Gupta. मैं 95 एनजीओ से नहीं जुड़ा था, तो मैं एक संस्था था, प्रयास एक संस्था था जो फ्री ट्यूशन कराता था बच्चों को, फ्री एजुकेशन देता था, तो मैं वहाँ पे जुड़ा था. फिर बाद में एक 99 के स्टाफ मेंबर्स आए एनजीओ के, वहाँ पे मतलब वो लोग बोले कि हम बच्चों के ऊपर काम करना चाहते हैं. फिर वो हम लोग के साथ जुड़े. फिर मेरे को लगा कि मतलब ये भी बाकी एनजीओ की तरह रहेंगे कि मतलब एक 10-15 दिन सिखाएंगे, फिर उसके बाद हम लोग को छोड़ के चले जाएंगे, तो मतलब आपको ये नॉलेज देंगे, वो नॉलेज देंगे, फिर चले जाएंगे. बट ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ. मैं उस एनजीओ के साथ 2.5 साल से जुड़ा हूँ. और मेरे को जब वो एनजीओ के साथ एक इवेंट मिला, वो भी मेरा सबसे बड़ा इवेंट था, दिल्ली का इवेंट था. वो था लिली सिंह से इंटरेक्शन. मतलब वो इवेंट मेरे को बहुत अच्छा इवेंट मिला था, बट मैं इतना प्रिपेयर नहीं था वो इवेंट के लिए. वो इवेंट में गया, मैं खुद के अंदर बहुत इम्प्रूव किया, लोगों को फॉलो किया कि लोग कैसे बात करते हैं, कैसे रहते हैं, कैसे नहीं, कैसे क्या करते हैं, तो मैं लोगों को फॉलो करना चालू किया. फिर 1.5 साल के बाद मेरे को एक और इवेंट मिला जो था स्टेट फोरम. वो भी बहुत बड़ा इवेंट और बहुत अच्छा इवेंट था. वहाँ पे मैंने अपना बेस्ट किया, एकदम अच्छे से किया. जहाँ पे मतलब स्टेट फोरम में क्या होता है कि महाराष्ट्र के अलग अलग डिस्ट्रिक्ट से बच्चे लोग आते हैं एनजीओ के, और वहाँ पे हम लोग दिया जाए. फिर उसके बाद हम लोग, मेरा वो इवेंट हुआ, बहुत अच्छा गया, मेरे अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस आया. फिर हम लोग ने चाइल्ड राइट से अपना बोल सकता हूँ अच्छे से, इतना मेरे अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस आ चुका था. और वो चीज मेरे स्टाफ मेंबर्स की वजह से मिली, ताकि उन्होंने मुझे अच्छी चीजें सिखाए. और वो चीज हम लोग को ऐसा नहीं कि मतलब बुक की पढ़ाई की तरह सिखाते, हमें जो भी सिखाते एक्टिविटीज के द्वारा सिखाया जाता है, ताकि हम लोग के अंदर और भी इंटरेस्ट आए और हम लोग अच्छे से सीख सके. जो वो चीज एक बहुत अच्छी चीज थी. और मैं आने वाले जनरेशन को यही बोलूंगा कि अगर आप भी अपने बच्चों को सपोर्ट करोगे तो वो भी आगे बढ़ सकते हैं. और पेरेंट्स, बहुत से पेरेंट्स ऐसे होते हैं कि अपने बच्चों को बोलते हैं कि तू फ्यूचर में क्या करेगा, फ्यूचर में कब आगे बढ़ेगा, कैसा क्या करे, तेरा जर्नी यहाँ पे अभी. लेकिन कोई पेरेंट्स ये नहीं बोलता है कि तेरा प्रेजेंट कैसा है, तू प्रेजेंट कैसा देख रहा है. सब पेरेंट्स यही चाहते हैं कि मेरा बच्चा फ्यूचर में अच्छा हो, लेकिन पेरेंट्स को ये नहीं समझ.
I was brought up when I was very small. They had a beautiful environment, very spiritual. My grandparents taught me at a very early age about the Indian culture, art, ethics, the culture and the traditions that we have been following. So somewhere I feel now, because of nuclear families, children are missing that spiritual education. So that has to be spread more, even by parents and teachers. I've been a member of Brahma Kumari's spiritual organization since last 5 years, and we are working tirelessly day and night, and I participate in every activity to spread this awareness about child protection, women empowerment, and how we can make this world a better place. So I would like to congratulate Usha ji for this great effort, and this is 30 years. And I'm really looking forward to spread this as much as possible.
For all the efforts and hard work that they're putting into the betterment of children, especially because children are the future of our country, and the sooner we understand it and the sooner we make them understand it. I think they already know, but somehow in our country, and I don't know if in general, somehow when you're a child, the grown-ups somehow have this notion that बच्चा है, थोड़ी समझ में आता है, all those things. But somehow the generation that we're living in, the kids have become just so smart. They exactly know what they want to do with themselves, their lives, and how they want to go about it. Whether the child belongs from a privileged family or from an underprivileged family. I mean, every child is so intelligent now, and they exactly know how to go ahead with their lives. And thank you for the compliment. Nowadays, is nobody has the time, sadly. Even in families, you know, I mean, I have seen this with my own friends. I would not want to name them. They've become mothers newly. I mean, their babies are now 2-year-old, 3-year-old. But the upbringing is just completely different from what we went through. I mean, somehow we feel that now we are in a more progressive state of our life and generations are and things are so amazing. We have technology, digital world and everything, but somehow that is just making the future generation, social media, everything is on their phone, everything is digital. Parents, just to escape that whole responsibility that they need to actually sit with their child and communicate with them, the easiest escape is just give them a phone and they're going to be taking care of everything, you know. I mean, no. When we were kids, our parents, some of us got beaten up to be taught the right way. Now, fortunately, kids are not being beaten up, but somehow I feel that is, they're just taking that for, I'm not in the favor of beating kids up, please don't get me wrong here.
Again, you have people listening.
Yeah, but you know, it's the parents who need to put in that effort, because everybody is complaining that life has become so difficult and so busy and this and that. But hello, this is your own child. You need to put efforts. You need to have the time to at least sit and interact with your own child, rather than just handing over a phone to that child and so that you can escape your responsibilities and do whatever the hell you want. So I think first, most important is communication, which a lot of houses, a lot of families are now lacking, because everybody is just so busy on their phones and busy in the digital world, in this world which I don't even think is real. It's just a make-believe world. We need that time when earlier we all used to sit together for lunches and dinners and have interactions over the table and talk about so many things happening in life. But right now, even if we're sitting together, we're on the phone. So the whole point is to sit and communicate. I mean, and once you communicate, now the generations are even more smarter. You can have that freedom of communicating with them openly without having any hesitation. So, and if you don't communicate, they are going to go on Google, on the internet, and find out something which might or might be right or might not be right. So it's better that you talk to your kids on your own rather than feeling ashamed or hesitation about anything.
करो यही करना, ऐसे होगा, ऐसे नहीं होगा, because this is what we've been taught. मेरी माँ ने बोला ऐसे बैठो. This is what we are teaching our kids. We don't give them the right to think, and that's very important. We should give them the right to think. उनको सोचने का मौका दीजिए. उनको क्या करना है उसका मौका दीजिए. उनको क्या चीज कैसे करनी है उसका मौका दीजिए. जो हम नहीं देते. We just tell them यही होना है और यही होगा. So I think this is also a very, very, very important point.
Thank you, Rana. Thank you so much. Story.
Unexpected question, and maybe I'll have to ponder upon that. But first of all, I would like to congratulate UNICEF for doing such a huge amount of work in India. It matters a lot to all the families, all the children, all the parents. And thank you, Gravittus. Thank you, Usha ma'am, for being associated and having us here. Because I always feel there is some reason for us to be present somewhere. We are here together and we are getting to learn so much. I didn't come here to just share my thoughts, but I'm also getting to learn what all we are talking about and what is happening around. I've never given a thought to children who are invisible to us. I have always thought about children who are in my vicinity. I am a mother to a 8-year-old who will be 8 soon. And I've always been thinking about the emotional world that these children have, the metro children have. I have been very sensitive, possessive. I am trying to learn and unlearn a lot of things, trying to grow up with my daughter, because we are never born a good parent. We learn along with our children. So I think UNICEF is not adding to the children of the world, but also the parenthood of the world. We had a center and I was her chief assistant. She would tell me hundreds of things that Sonali ye karo, wo kaam karo, and I would assist her. There are times when I have held an unwell child from our daycare center for hours. I have told stories to someone. I have, helped someone eat. So I have been mother to all those children like Gracie has been mothering 400 children. And I at times used to feel that, I'm too young to understand that the child is unwell and I would still help. But now that I am a mother myself, it is helping me, and it does add while you are growing up.
Usha Kakade ma'am. Ma'am, let me tell you, these statistics are very frightening, very scary, is very challenging, and the very fact that we all are here is, I'm sure, we want to make a change, and that change, I feel, it should have been made as of yesterday, not today or tomorrow. But it's never too late. Answering your question, yes, I've done some very brave films as a child. Thanks to my parents, I had a very strong support system. I had a very strong backing of my lovely parents. I hail from a typical Maharashtrian middle-class family, and we still maintain that. I was never treated as a star because what happens is, for children to be treated as stars when they grow up and when they don't become stars or celebrities, it's even more painful. So that is a very positive sign in my upbringing. I have a child, of course he's grown up now. He's a boy. Now even having a boy was a challenge because you knew that even boys are not safe. Today it's even worse. And I have experienced it when he was taking classes, he was learning piano, and it was a male teacher, and I